So I think what I'll do is let's start with what is your background? What have you done in tail wheels so far, and what kind of came naturally to you, and what was a little bit more challenging?
I never got the muscle movement down. I just didn't.
Yeah, and that's one of the tricky things about flying. Why I keep coming back to it, and what makes it fun is I've got about 30,000 landings in my logbook now. No two have ever been the same, because the wind was not the same. Right? The temperature was not the same. There's a little thermal coming up off the runway. Something was different every single time, which is what makes it fun. And so, yeah, you've got to get that feel thing figured out. And that's what I love about the Stinson. We have no stall warning, no light. I don't have you look at the ball, and I know that's sacrilege to say that. We're going to look at the wing strut.
Okay.
And we're going to start out with just doing slow flight and just getting a feel. So we'll see if we can develop the feel thing sooner before we toss you into the pattern and start doing landings. So what we're going to look for during slow flight is, I'll give you the setup for it. It's basically the setup for a beam the numbers for landing. It's going to be very similar to what you'd do for that. So we're going to slow it down, and then we're going to add the power back in, but I don't want to see your head face forward. I want you to see your head sideways the whole time.
Looking at the struts.
Looking at the struts. So people say, well, what about angle of attack? It's like, well, you can see the wing. Right? Look at we got a great smoke layer today, right? It's smoke season again. So you can kind of draw a line between the chord and the smoke. And so we'll get a feel for that. And then the last thing that you lose when you don't look out the front, of course, would be the rolling motion. It's like, well, you can look out both sides, but do you have the same amount of space over there?
Right.
Okay. Oh, that space got smaller, that space got bigger. Well, that's rolling. You're checking your track with the strut. Okay, that's going to be your feet. Okay. This is the substitute for the ball. Okay. And a person could rightfully say, oh, but that's not safe, because what if the wing came up and they were making it track straight? You know, of course, you're skewed at that point. It's like, well, but then you didn't pay attention to your wing coming up.
Right.
So a good pilot uses all the windows. Okay. I want you to look out the side and go, well, how much do I see that wing going up and down on the smoke layer? Do I see any of this going on? That's my feet. These are my hands, right? And look at the chord line for angle of attack. Is that changing? We'll really start getting that feel developed, then we'll go over and toss you in the pattern.